Hey guys, it's Ben, back with KCT, home of the gun and gear reviews you can use. And today I'm going to be talking about something pretty interesting. It's one of my more favorite things I've had a chance to look at recently. And it's not just the Amended 2 magazine, which is excellent, but mostly the Cain Arms magazine extension. Now, Cain Arms is a company that makes really good stuff for the AR platform and also a lot of handguns. One of the big things that they do is make magazine extensions. Now, their philosophy is that you don't have to have really complicated systems to be high quality. You don't have to have really expensive systems to have high quality. And basically, they're interested in making affordable accessories for shooters at all levels. So, where does that take us? Well, one of the big things is, are they quality? And so in this case, I can absolutely say, yes, this product is very good. The stand that you see here every once in a while with the guns, that's another one of their products. It's awesome. But for the magazine extension, I really like it. And it is a 3D printed part of a industrial polymer, and it has been extremely durable so far. So what is it? Well, obviously, it's an extension that you would remove your existing floor plate and the red floor plate lock on the Amended 2 magazine. So you'll see where it says Amended 2 in that black, and you'll take that off, and then the red part that would actually go through there and give that the color. You're going to remove that, because if you don't, what will happen is you will have a 35 round magazine, not a 36 round magazine, which is what they tout. So I was really interested to try this because I like magazines. I like high cap magazines. The more the merrier. I just think that, especially if you're doing something where you're demoing something for people. And I'm not an instructor, so I don't want to say anything like that. But we have people out there learning to shoot, and they'll want to know how to do certain things. And having more ammo means you're out there more. You don't have to carry as many magazines. It's nice to have those extra rounds, and it really doesn't take up a whole lot of extra space. I mean, this is really compact for another 6 rounds. So this puts them in the market with a lot of other people. Okay, and we're not going to lie and say that market is not crowded. It is extremely crowded. So you have things from like TTI, Hive, stuff like that, where you're looking at a very precision machined encoded metal piece. Now, I have seen people drop their mags with like a TTI extension in there and have it hit a rock or something and scuff that, and they're pissed. And they're right to be pissed. It's a very expensive part to have scratched and the finish ruined on. Everybody and their brother is making magazine extensions. So this one is a little bit different, again, because it's a 3D printed part. It doesn't scuff, and you don't have to worry about it like the more expensive ones. And I mean, it's solid. It stays locked on the magazine very well, and we'll kind of show how that is there. So what's nice there is that at the bottom they actually have the type of magazine that this is for and the caliber. Now, as it does say at 5.56, I've not actually taken it out with 300 blackout to try. That is something that I definitely will do, but as of now, I haven't done it. So they have a video on their website about installing this, and it does a far better job than anything I can do. And you'll see when you see it on their website, cainarms.com. So what I'll do is we'll kind of just talk about how this sticks to the magazine, and what exactly the attachment method. So what you do is, once you've gotten your guts out of the magazine, you're going to go ahead and compress the spring, put on this base plate, and again, they'll show you more about that. You slide it on, and it just basically just goes over the bottom there, and you put a little bit of, or you take your Allen wrench and go ahead and tighten down this little silver screw here, and that stops the magazine from backing off. I like to leave it out a little bit because to make sure that there's, even if you bend the magazine against the base plate, that it's not going to pop out. But it's literally less than a 5-minute install per magazine. So if you were going to outfit a bunch of these, or if you were going to get into like 3 gunning and you looked at some of the prices and said, my God, I'm not going to pay that for, like a D60 is really expensive. It's a good product, but you can buy a lot of ammo and magazines for that. So, but yeah, this has been great. It's been dropped a few times. Had no issues with it. The bottom looks great as it was from the factory there. I haven't taken it, loaded the magazine up completely, and then smashed it on the concrete there because that's gonna mess up most of the magazines that I own, and probably the ones that you do too. Um, but yeah, one thing that's nice about this too is when you're loading this, you cannot feel that there's a difference between the standard magazine and the extension. Now, I've had some that I'm using that I'm actually looking at here. If I wasn't tied to a microphone, I go grab. But where when you're loading them, you can feel that you're actually getting into the extension. And whether it's the spring kind of grinding or catching, or the follower doing that, this you didn't feel that at all. So when you're loading, it feels like you're just loading a regular magazine. If you couldn't see what you're doing and you're just loading, you would have no idea that you're loading into another extension that's a separate part of the magazine. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I really, really enjoy. It's been a lot of fun to test out, and the product is very, very high quality. Again, I was a little worried when I saw the product online because I didn't know how it attached. And then I looked at their videos, and that makes sense. And after getting home and putting a little bit of time into it, and tightening down that screw after sliding the magazine in there, it's rock solid. And so there's a lot of things that are they're using different gimmicky ways to attach, or they're going through the bottom like a PMag or something like that. The fact that this just once it's on, it's on. It's not going anywhere until you take it off. One of the other nice things about Cain Arms is they put a lot of stuff out, and they have a lot of products that probably interest some of you. First of all, they have these for almost every rifle magazine out there as far as the AR is concerned. I was surprised to see the MN2 being a newer magazine, that they've already had something out for that. So your standard PMags, if you want your Blue Them Lancers, all that stuff. If you just go to their webpage and scroll through it, you're going to see a ton of magazines that they have stuff for. And then you go to their pistol magazines. So I'm a Glock guy, but I also love Canik. It's just me. And they've got Canik extensions already. I've seen them on SIGs. I've seen people competing with them. You can get them all sorts of different colors. I think one of the coolest things is, especially for competitors, they'll get them done in a red color or something that's kind of eye-catching. So obviously when you ditch your magazine on the course, you can go find it again. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff. I was blown away when they asked me to check these out, how much stuff that they had. Again, there's guns that you wouldn't think are common enough that they would make an extension for. But they've really gone into the catalog of different firearms and said, okay, what handguns would people want extensions for? And it's just kind of all of them, but they've gone out there, they've done a lot of stuff, and they've done their homework as far as making these things work and making them so that they're not super expensive, and making them so that if you do scratch it or mess with it, you're probably not going to care. This isn't the same thing as ruining, an aluminum mag extension that's $60-$70, where these are priced very, very competitively. And obviously, check their website for prices and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely want to go ahead and recommend this, whether it's for PMags, whether it's for Men2 mags, anything else. If you're looking for an extension, I heartily recommend the Cain Arms magazine extension. Okay, guys. So I got one other thing for you today. I want to give a big shout out to a company that we've worked with for a long time, and it's V7 Weapon Systems. Now, I'm not hijacking my video to other stuff. It's just one of those things where they've done so much for us as far as the channel. We do have actually discount codes and everything for them. We'll go ahead and post that in the pinned comment. But they were one of the first people to take a chance on giving us stuff to review. And for a company that's that high quality in terms of precision of machining the metal parts and everything, it's been a great honor. So I just wanted to do a shout out for them. If they're not on your radar, put them on your radar. Go check them out. V7weaponsystems.com. They amazing barrels, amazing anything that they make is just pretty nice. So I'm just saying this because when I first got into shooting, there was nobody out there saying, "Hey, I want to do a shout out for you. I want to do something to you without paying for it, without having to, do sort of quid pro quo thing." And I'm going to keep doing this in just my videos. If you don't like it, turn it off. But I just want to make sure that people understand out there that there's a lot of companies that are doing great stuff, and yeah, that I've worked with personally. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We do have an Instagram, and we're about to come up on a milestone for that. So, if you got time, if you're on the gram, go check that out. Obviously, everything will be in the pinned comment below. So, yeah, thanks for staying here. Thanks for checking this all out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And as always, stay accurate.